Kin gathered close at the hearth. Hear my words before the embers dim. What becomes of our household labors when distant keepers, bearing no kin, mark, or shared fire, seize the beads from our children's necks, and the tools from our workshops without the elders' nod, or the clan's woven token?
In the shadow of that first unchecked taking, our river-crossing settlement stirs with voices raised, yet the hearths grow cold as trusted hands are pulled away.
Will the young ones learn the weave of nets or the mending of hides when such shadows fall unbidden?
At the riverbank that dawn, as mist clung to the willows, riders from afar arrived on unmarked paths, their cloaks heavy with seals unseen by our elders.
They halted kin mid-stride, demanding pouches and proofs none had carried to market, then bore away a youth's carved horn and an elder's gathered herbs, goods meant for the season's storehouse.
By midday the workshop stood idle, hammers unfallen, as the taken one's absence left threads half-woven and pots unscraped. What trust lingers in the circle when wanderers claim first share of our labors without reciprocity?
Word rippled through the kin network, like wind over pastures, from one hearth to the next, as watchers took post at boundary stones.
Youths with swift feet carried warnings. Shadows move again, pocketing flint knives and dyed cords from the carts. Yet in the fields, unharvested grains bent untended, for hands that once shared the plough now guarded paths instead of turning soil.
Elders whispered at the fence lines. Their eyes on the young does a household endure when skill in planting passes unspoken? And the young chase strangers rather than tend the shared furrows?
Days turned to a full moon cycle, and the council circle by the great oak convened under strained skies.
Local keepers, bound by our river's bend, withheld their staffs from the distant riders, turning eyes from their unmarked trails.
But storehouses gaped emptier, hides unmended and seeds uncounted, as taken goods vanished into saddlebags, beads worn openly on foreign wrists, mocking the empty looms.
Children clustered at the circle's edge, their small voices fading. Who will guard the flock's wool for winter thread, when reciprocity frays and kin eyes the outsider's gleam?
Seasons wheeled onward, through the greening and the frost's bite, as pastures grew rank with neglect.
Families once linked by traded labors now huddled apart, youths scattering to hidden thickets rather than gathering for the harvest dance.
Riverbanks, once alive with net, menders and elder tales, echoed with missing laughter, tools rusted in workshops, skills unspoken drifting like smoke.
From Hearth to settlement edge, the weave weakened, what lineage holds when elders' wisdom gathers dust, and children's hands clutch air instead of shared burdens.
Years etched their mark on the untrodden paths, burial grounds whispering of voices gone silent from the fire circle.
Households fractured, elders sat unwarmed by young shoulders, hungry young ones foraged shadowed edges while lands lay fallow, roots starved of stewardship.
Trust, once the strong cord binding kin through storm, unraveled thread by thread. Reciprocity fled like deer from broken fences, and the circle's songs fell mute.
Hear this, kin at the hearth, as embers warn of the unheeded flame. If distant shadows claim without kin, bond or elders measure, our labors scatter, households splinter, lands wither untended, and the lineage fades to cold ash.
Turn now to the weave of our own hands, the guard of our proven circle, lest the fire we share dims forever.
Kin by the fire's glow. Let the echoes of elders quicken your blood and draw you into the weave. Voice them aloud, thread them through kin tongues, and stand firm in their light to bind the chain unbroken.
Every whisper past fortifies the quest that spans from root to branch, nourishing the toil of insight across the turning years.
Your call, joined to the gathering, holds the flame of seeking steady, probing not just the heart's own shadows, but the woven fates of earth we claim as ours.
Etch your signs on the common ground to light the way for wanderers, in spoken tales or etched remembrances, and tread the trails our sires laid to the wells of wisdom.
Stand woven into this labor, and the old teachings flow undimmed through the river of days.